Howdy, howdy, and welcome here to episode 6. And we are approaching the pretty much the last of the end of the week here before FS25 launches, which is just a few days away. So in regards to that, if you have not already ordered a copy of FS25, which is looking absolutely amazing, and it is a completely different game just from what I've seen. It is not even close to being a reskin. It is completely different. Huge improvements. But if you've not already ordered a copy of it, there is a link down in the description where you can get a copy of that for PC from Giants. Just use my partner code Rambo, and it is at no additional cost to you, but it does help support the channel. Now we're going to start off here on this episode where we're going to expand this field out, make it a lot bigger. We're going to take out some trees along the way, and then we're going to get this field all prepped and ready to go, and we're going to plant grass in it. Now we're going to have multiple grass fields when everything is said and done, but this will be our silage field. And then we're also going to have another grass field that will be used for hay. So let's get this field all done and all prepped and get it planted, and then we're going to head into town and spend some money, get some more equipment, and then do some logging and get all kinds of things done in this episode. So be sure and stick around for the end, all the way to the end. And if you have been enjoying this episode and this series, be sure and hit that like button. And as I keep mentioning, leave a comment, let me know with any ideas, tips, or suggestions you may have, because as we've mentioned in this series, we are more or less focusing on equipment and some mods I don't normally use, and the main reason for that is I just want to try stuff out that we have not done a lot of, or not done at all, with the FS22 getting wrapped up here.
Another place where we'll be understood, 'cause that's all I ever wanted, all we'll ever need, a place that makes us happy and free. I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting.
All right, the plowing is all done, and we're going to go ahead and sell this plow. Well, it's a cultivator, because I have a theory. And the theory is that our problem with the steering of this tractor when pulling that plow, I think has to do with those wheels on it. It's not a plow, it's a cultivator. Has to do with those wheels, and I think it's causing that problem. So what we could have to do another new field. We'll try a different one, just to see if that is the case or not. But we're gonna get some equipment here, and I'm gonna make a bunch of unplanned purchases here because there's some stuff on sale that we're gonna need in this series. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. The only things I wanted to get was a rock picker and a new log trailer and truck. That's all I had on the list to get, but there was stuff on sale, so spent a lot more money than I had planned on. But that's good because we need this stuff, so it's all gonna work out. All right, we got all of the equipment purchased, plus all the equipment I didn't plan on getting. But let's head back to the farm, get everything there as much as we can in one trip, and then we're gonna get back to the field, do our soil samples, do the liming, get everything to field all prepped, do our rock picking, and start planting some grass. So we have a worker doing all the rock picking, and while they're doing that, we don't start doing the planting until they are done. So we're gonna head over here, get all these trees cut down and loaded into our log trader, hopefully before it gets too dark, because we are getting towards the evening hours here. It's almost 6 and we are in March, which means it gets a little bit dark earlier. Can't wait for the summertime when we have those longer days. Well, it has started raining and it's also getting very dark very fast here. So I am thinking we're going to move on here to the next day, which will be the next month. But because it's also raining here, I'm going to head over here, stop the worker because I don't want them getting stuck with the field turns muddy and turning it into a whole mess. So we're going to move on to April and then we will finish up getting that field prep and get it planted. Now that we are in April, I did want to give a slight update for the plans for next week because FS25 is coming out, and yes, I am actually going to be taking off that week from work so that I can focus on doing a bunch of live streams for FS25, doing some content, let's plays. But I think for the most part we'll probably do a lot of live streams, and I'm hoping, working on plans to have a couple of other friends and content creators as well joining the live streams. And the nice thing about it right now is, like with FS25, there's no mod compatibility issues. So there is, on some of those live streams, I probably will open it up to anyone in the live stream if they want to join on the multiplayer server I'll have set up for it. They totally can. So keep an eye out for that, and make sure you are subscribed and have that little bell notifications turned on so you get notified of when those happen. But the other thing I wanted to mention was, in the last episode of this series, I had mentioned that there won't be any videos from this series next week, and I kind of changed my mind on that. I think instead of having the 3 episodes, we're going to have just the one on Wednesday for next week. So I still want to keep this series going, and I kind of already have it recorded anyway. So I will get that edited and uploaded, and we will have 1 episode from this series next week. So this is the reason right here I wanted to upgrade the log trailer, because one, we get a whole bunch of more logs and we're making a whole bunch of more money. So that was like 27,000 plus another, I mean, it was basically the 29,000. It's a lot more per load than that 5,000 you were getting per load with the old trailer. So that was the major reason I did want to upgrade that trailer right there. I think it is worth it. So while we're doing all of that, the worker should be done with the rock picking. So we're going to get set up here on planting our grass in this field. So we're going to have to load it up with seeds, and I'm going to find out here that the fertilizer does not loading from that container for some reason. I'm not sure where the trigger is, or it could just be something between that thing and the planter. They just don't like each other. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But we're going to start here with getting this grass field all planted. And also I am going to realize here that I don't have the little sensor thing for the fertilizer, which with precision farming, if you are putting fertilizer down, you definitely want to have either the built-in sensor on the tractor if your tractor is capable of it, which this one is not, or have the front mounted one, which is what we're going to go with on this one. And the reason for that is it makes sure you get the correct amount of fertilizer in the game. We're talking about in the game stuff, and that increases the environmental score, which means you're going to make even more money when it comes time to selling your crops. Now, just one little FYI, in case you're not aware of this, the environmental score on nitrogen, which is your fertilizer, and the pH, which is the lime, is only updated after harvest for case of grass after you cut it. So you do have to wait for that before it updates. And as we are getting through this field and getting all of the grass planted in there, I did want to mention, I will have a link over at the end of this video. Should be on the right side over there at the very end, where you can go over and check out the playlist for the Vlach Bosnia map. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. I just called the Bosnia map from Celebuki, as we are doing a series on that, and I will be giving an update on that series, what the plans are for next week with FS25 coming out. Now, I also want to mention here, you probably just noticed the rocks in the field. For some reason, the rock picker was picking up the rocks on the part we just cultivated up, plowed up, but it is not picking up the rocks on the other section. So I don't remember if that was a thing where after you harvest, you can't pick rocks. I don't know. Do I have to like recultivate it? I'm going to try in the next episode. We'll probably do a grass roller, see if that pushes them back in. I really wanted to get the rocks though, because I do have a plan for those rocks in a future episode as we grow here. But yeah, so leave a comment. Let me know. Does rocks not get picked up at that point? Is that something that I'm just remembering wrong? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments.